Alrighty, here we are. Standard access list. Lovely. Very simple, very straightforward, to the point. So you understand the concept of a standard access list. Now, as we already know, those of you that are taking my course, standard access lists are placed nearest the destination. So standard ACLs, lowercase, there we go, are placed nearest destination, and the reason for that is because they're not very flexible. You can only use source IP addresses. All right, so let's make an example of a standard access list. So what we're trying to do is we want to deny this particular host right here from getting anywhere in this area over here. Okay, because you can't be specific. So you can't say a destination. It's only the source address, which is in the 100 subnet. This is the 100.1. So I'm trying to deny 100.1 from gaining access to this particular section, subnet, whatever you want to call it. But we can say the destination. So how do we do that? So we go access hyphen list. It's 1 through 99, so let's just pick 10. All right. Deny. And I'm going to choose to say host 192.168.100.1. I could have said 100.1, the IP address first, and then put a wildcard mask for host, which is all zeros. But host is fine, no big deal. All right, access list, and we got to permit everybody else 10. Permit any, meaning anyone else. So we're gonna copy paste this into router 2. We're gonna copy. Let's go into router 2. All right. Oh, that's right. Okay. CISCO. That's already configuration, connectivity all the way across. We're using RIP to get across. We're good to go. All right. So we go to global config. This is router 2. And let's go ahead and paste that. All right. So just because I entered the access list, I created an access list, does not mean anything. You're just sitting there taking space in your at this moment in your RAM. Once you save it in your enemy RAM. But in order for this to work, it would have to be applied to the interface that's closest to your destination, which is the 200 subnet, which is the F00. So you got to go int F0/0, and then you apply it using the IP access -group command 10 and the direction. Well, it's trying to get out of the router. Right? It's not going in the router, it's trying to get out of the router. And you hit enter. Let's copy that. And how do you know that it is actually applied? You can do, let's do it from privilege mode so you can see the basic command without the do. Show IP interface F0/0. And you can see that, where is it? Outgoing access list 10, or outgoing access list is 10, meaning that's applied to that particular interface. All right, so let's go ahead and test this out. We go to PC0. We're going to ping, okay, craziness. Ping 192.168.200.1. And we should get an unreachable. Right, destination unreachable. We're getting it back from the 10.116. All right, let's try to do 200.2. And the same thing. We're not able to get to it. Now, we can get to, oh, should I erase that one? 254. Because that is the interface before you leave it. So that's fine. But you cannot get within. You cannot leave the router. You cannot leave the router out that interface. Okay? So, let's see. So he can't make it to that subnet. And that's our purpose. So that's working the way we want it to work. Let's see PC1. Ooh, it's dancing around all over the place. All right, PC1. Let's ping 192.168.200.1. And this should be able to ping without any problems. It's taking a little bit there. There we go. Let's try it again. I don't like that. All right, cool. And then we go to 200.2. And we should be able to get there as well. I guess we're having some little latency in our network. All right. All right, cool. So our access list actually worked. Now, Here we only denied a particular host. But what if you want to deny the entire subnet using a standard access list? So let's do that. Access list, and then we'll say 20, deny 192.168.100.0, which is the network ID, 0, match, 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 any number. Right? That's what that means. That's the wildcard mask. All right, then we go access list. 20, permit any, meaning anybody else from any other subnet, they're allowed. So let's go ahead and copy that. Let's go back to our destination, right? Let's do Control C. If I click in here, I'll be able to do that. And let's go to global config. And let's paste what we just copied. So again, doesn't matter if it's there, okay, because it's not applied, right? The one that's applied is the other one. So we need to go into the 10, right? So we need to go into the interface F0/0. All right, we're going to say no access, or I'm sorry, no IP access hyphen group 10 out, right? That took that particular access list out of the interface. Still on the router, but not applied to the interface. And we put IP access hyphen group, in this case 20, out, right? Let's do a do WR, let's do a Control Z, and let's take a look. Well, let's look at the access list. Show, let's use the proper command, show access list. So you have two standard access lists, okay, they're in our router. But which one's applied? Show IP interface F0/0. And the one's applied to the outgoing is 20. All right, so let's test that out. Again, let's ping from this one. We weren't able to ping before. Should not be able to ping. It's going to be unreachable. Let's do a 1. It's going to be unreachable. Okay, let's try it now from the second PC within that subnet. All right, and it was able to ping before. Now you're getting an unreachable. Let's try the 200.1 and get unreachable. So it's giving us the results that we wanted, meaning that we did not want anybody on this subnet to get to this particular subnet over here. And all we did was just, we had to go to the destination router and actually place it nearest the destination. All right, closer to the destination. Now, standard access lists can also be used like extended. Well, let me explain. Telnet. Telnet is one of the things that you would normally say, hey, I want to use an extended access list because we can use port numbers and so forth. You could use a standard access list, and then instead of applying it to an interface, we can apply it to the VTY lines. So that saves us, because remember the rule of access lists. Right? You can only have one access list per protocol, per direction, per interface. All right. So instead of just wasting a line on a telnet, we can actually apply it in the lines. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's go ahead. And our goal is, now we did an access list here. So let's pick on this router right now, on router 1. So on router 1, we're still going to do a standard access list, but it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do access hyphen list. And let's pick 80, some high number, so we know we don't apply the wrong number. Access list 80. We're going to permit host 192.168.100.1 and access list 80. We're going to permit host 192.168.200.1 from the other network. And we're going to let that out. There's no permit any. We're going to let the implicit deny take over. So we're going to go ahead and apply this to the router that we want to telnet into, which was router 1. All right. Cisco, CISCO. Enable, CISCO. Okay, let's go to global config. Global config. And then let's paste it. So we've pasted 2 permit statements. right, to allow these two particular individual hosts. But to do what? It's a standard access list. So we're going to go to line VTY 0 space 15, which this is all my VTY lines that exist on this particular simulator router, right? And we're going to go access hyphen class instead of IP access group, access class. In this case, is 80. And which direction? We're not leaving the router. We're trying to get into the router. We're going to go say in, right? I'm going to do WR. All right, so let's see. Let's see what happens. So it's 100.1 and 200.1. So 100.1 is this guy right here. And he should be able to telnet into that router, 192.168.100.254. Boom, CISCO, right? Enable CISCO. Awesome. We're in the router. Let's exit. Okay. Now let's try it from this PC. You should not be able to telnet. So telnet 192.168.100.254. Connection refused by remote host. So that's what we want to see. It's not allowing us to telnet because we put that access list. We applied that access list to a telnet line. So, all right, cool. So let's see if it's actually doing it from the other side. So 200.1, which is this one, should be able to telnet into the router 192.168. No. Let's use the closer interface 10.1.1.6 Cisco, and then enable, and then Cisco, and we're in. No big deal. Just get rid of all that. Okay, and then this guy should not be able because he's 100.2. Right, so we're going to telnet 10.1.1.6, and that's my own router. There you go. That's my own router. How about 5? Connection refused by remote host, and that's what we want to see. Let me see what I typed on the other one, because I think I typed 6 also. It's 5. So that's what we want, that it's refused. All right, but I want to make sure that this guy can get in also. Did I put 6 before? Sure did. Okay, so let's telnet into 10.1.1.5. There we go. CISCO. Enable CISCO. All right. So as you can see, it is working. We're in router 1. All right. Let me exit out of here. So no biggie, easy. So 2 types of standard access lists. One, applying it to the interface to the closest to the destination. The other one, applying it within the telnet lines, pretending like it's an extended access list to permit or deny access to telnet using the access class command. So standard access lists are really not that bad. They're just not as flexible as we wanted to. And that's where we're going to our next lecture, which is going to be extended access list. I'll see you guys there.